And I'm here to talk about my father, George Barron. He was in the Navy during World War II. He was born on May 21st, 1926. And let's see, this is a picture of him. When he was in the Navy, he went into the Navy right out of high school. He enlisted, it was during World War II. And an interesting story about his enlistment was that, unbeknownst to him, my grandmother, his future mother-in-law, signed his enlistment card. We found that after my parents passed and we were going through their things, that it was signed by my mother's mother, and he hadn't even met my mother yet, so that was kind of a coincidence. During World War II, he was on a minesweeper. He did radar and sonar on a minesweeper called the, this is a really small picture that I found, the USS Triumph. They were in the Pacific Theater, and he was, again, doing radar sonar. So their job was to clear the way for the ships coming through, to clear the space of mines so that the mines wouldn't explode and destroy ships as they went. Another cool thing we found when we were going through my parents' things was this certificate, and I think this was something that they did for a lot of the sailors. It's when you go across the equator, they give you this kind of spoof of a certificate. It's signed by Davy Jones and Neptune Rex, and it says that essentially on the 8th day of October 1944, in latitude 0000 and longitude 0000, there appeared within our royal domain the USS Kephart. That was the ship that brought them over to the west coast, I presume, bound south for the equator and for the West Pacific. So that was kind of cool thing to find. So yeah.
Serve.
My dad was, by all accounts, one of the members of the Greatest Generation, and he was a great patriot, very fond of his country, and couldn't imagine doing anything else but serve, especially during World War II. Everybody was involved with the war effort. So he joined right out of high school. He was 18, with some of his buddies who he remained friends with, and that I got to know most of my life because they stayed buddies, and luckily they all made it back. So yeah, I think that's why he joined. He told us that, for example, when he started on the ship, he was in the mail room, and as soon as a job opportunity opened up for him to train on this brand new fancy equipment called radar sonar, he went up for the training and got trained on that. He talked a bit about his leave, opportunities for leave and seeing the world. I think he really enjoyed that, but mostly he didn't talk a lot. I think that veterans are heroes no matter where or when they serve, because it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to me in similar ways to being a police officer or a fireman. You're really putting your life on the line for the benefit of our country and for others and for their safety and well-being. And with that, there's always family members who are also in the lurch, wondering if their loved one is going to make it back safely, sometimes on a daily basis in the case of firefighters and police officers, and certainly families who have long deployments, like some of our local branches of the military have seen here in Vermont. That's a lot to handle. Sometimes you didn't really sign up for it, but it's what you have to bear the burden of. And so I think it's just really important to honor that and respect that, and not forget that those people are doing us a great service.